Welcome back to the Boot Tragedies, man. We're here to recap the first three picks of the NFL draft for the Saints. Obviously, we started off getting Chris Olave, man. We moved up to get him, receiver from Ohio State. Now, a lot of picks were given up to get this kid. If you remember, we traded to get up to number 16 pick. We traded next year's first, I believe a third and a fourth, just to get up to 16. And then once we got to 16, I think we gave up another third, a fifth round pick, and obviously the 16th pick to move up to 11. So a lot of picks were given up to get to the 11th spot. Hey, it is what it is, man. The Saints needed to move up. We've been needing a receiver for the longest, and we beat the receiver run. It was a run on receivers, and we got in the mix right on time. Obviously, Jameson Williams went after. And all of the other receivers started falling after that, man. But we needed a receiver bad. We finally got someone that we can pair with Michael Thomas, two Ohio State guys. Number one and number two receivers easily going into this season, going into this fall. That puts Hardy, Callaway Smith fighting for that third, fourth, fifth spot. Hopefully we can bring another guy in, man. And this receiver room can go from the worst, on the roster to honestly maybe the best on the roster if we can get a veteran guy like a Jarvis Landry in there or someone else. This group gets really good, really quick. So, man, we've been needing a receiver for the longest. We finally got one, man. If you haven't checked out that film breakdown on Chris Olave, check that out. He's a real good receiver. I'll definitely try to do another one on him as well. But, man, after that, with the 19th pick, we went Trevor Penning, Northern Iowa. The tackles went early, man. I was hoping one would fall, but it's hard for a tackle to fall in the NFL. Obviously, they're so important to teams that they're going to get drafted high, man. The top guys, Cross, Icky, Neal, they all went super high. But the Saints did end up getting Trevor Penning, man, from Northern Iowa with that 19th pick. Now, let's just say this kid's a nasty demeanor. Nasty demeanor. Most Saints fans that's been around for a minute have compared him to Kyle Turley, who had little anger issues. But, hey, I'd rather you be too angry and we got to reel you back in than you be too soft and we're trying to get you angry. Because trying to get you angry, it's either in you or it's not. The man's nasty. He's great in run protection, man. He's a great run blocker. That's going to be a plus right off the bat. He gets downhill. He latches on the guys. He drives guys out the way. Screen game. He'll be good in the screen game, man. The kid ran 4.9, 140. Obviously, that doesn't really matter for linemen. But when you're a screen team like the Saints, so you got a screen back like Alvin Kamara, you need to get out in that screen game and run. He can run. He'll grab people. He'll run over people. He'll get pancake blocks. He's a great athlete. Things he needs to work on his pass protection. He needs to work on that. I'll need to see more film on him in pass protection, but his pass protection was average at best, in the Senior Bowl when he got against elite competition and stuff like that. I'm sure it's a technique thing. I'll have to watch more on that, man, and also the level of competition. The one thing I did like, the nasty demeanor, the feistiness, it didn't stop when he got to the Senior Bowl just because, the Ohio States and the LSUs or whoever was there. He still was that same guy. He's still good in run block. And he held his own in pass protection, man. Just that jump in competition from that weekend showed me, okay, he got beat a couple times. He responded. He still, competed well. So the level of competition going from that to the NFL, that's going to be an interesting question mark on him. I think he'll be fine just because the Saints have a great coaching staff. Zach Streets on the roster with the offensive linemen. And we'll coach him up and we'll get him right. So no concerns. I like that pick, at number 19. We needed to tackle. He also has some guard experience. If, you want to mix and match on the offensive line, he did play right guard. So we can see what he can do on that front. Last but not least, the most controversial pick of the draft was the second round pick, number 49, Alontae Taylor, cornerback. Now, a lot of people think he can play safety. I believe he can play safety as well, but he says he sees himself as a cornerback. The Saints also say they view him as a cornerback, or Dennis Allen says he views him as a cornerback, and that's just all that matters. Obviously not the DC no more, even though he really is. But the head coach said he sees him as a cornerback. So, that makes that DB room, it's tough. It's a lot of versatile guys in there. There's a lot of good guys in there. He said he's happy with the room. Maybe we'll still look in free agency. I don't know. But Alontae Taylor, man, at the 49th pick, I do think we could have traded back. Maybe got 2 third-round picks from that and maybe drafted him in the third round. But, hey, it is what it is. We got him at number 49. Hopefully he's going to be a good player for us. I definitely did a film breakdown on him. He's okay at corner. Let's just be honest. He's just okay at corner. It's going to take some time. He's a little stiff, flat-footed at times, but he's a good athlete, good size, good range. Obviously a perfect making for a safety, but he views himself as a corner. The Saints view him as a corner, and we'll see how that turns out. After the first day of the draft, I gave the Saints an A+, just because I only was grading basically on position, not really player that they drafted. Now, in totality, from these 3 picks, I'm sitting at a B- for the Saints just because I don't think cornerback was a need. But also, let's get this out of the way. The Saints are so good that we really don't have another need for certain on this team. Yes, we can get a safety. We can get a corner. We can get a linebacker. We can get a guard. We can get a quarterback. But nothing was a need. Once we addressed that tackle and that receiver spot, technically we didn't really have a need on the team. So it was going to make, that second round pick just super, super difficult. Maybe they just went with best player available on their board. If they did that, that's fine. That's fine with me. So yeah, man, I'm sitting on a B right now on this draft. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, we got 2 picks left remaining, a 5th and a 6th round pick. I'll touch on that in another video, man. But as always, thank y'all for tuning in once again. This is the Boo Tragedies, and I'm out.